So, after I saved them from a closed casket funeral, Trish and Eldridge showed their gratitude by running for cover in the church, leaving yours truly with the dirty work. Eldridge thought Professor Noby made some notes which could help us get out of this thing alive. He seemed to think someone at the university knows where the notes are now. Personally, I figured the cops who investigated Noby's murder might have a better idea.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to part 3 of my Fistful of Boomstick walkthrough on the Xbox. First things first, there's a mana upgrade over to the left. Over here, there's going to be some silver a little bit later, but there's nothing there now. Let's just continue along the path this way, shooting any deadites that come into our way until we run into a police officer. Just as a way of warning, I'm going to do things in a little bit of a different order than most people may do when they do their walkthroughs of this game. And the reasoning for that is because I want to get the shotgun shrapnel ammo before I go do the infinite shotgun ammo trick. I'm not sure, I could be remembering this incorrectly, I'm not sure if this trick will allow you to get also infinite shrapnel shotgun ammo, and if it does, I want to be sure to take advantage of that. So I'm going to be doing things in a little bit of a different order than most people that might play the game, but that's only going to benefit me in the end. Hopefully, anyway. So continue on down this path, just killing all the deadites that come out. Remember this truck here, this is going to play a bit of a role later on in this level. We're going to need to remember this location. There's one other location that we're going to need to remember too, and that is that of a donut shop. I'll show you that in just a bit. But right up here, there's a cop. Well, first there's the health upgrade, but right over here there's a cop and our next cutscene.
Pardon me, officer. I need to find some things belonging to a stiff, a guy called Noby. Any chance you guys still have his effects?
Noby? The old crank at the cabin out in the woods? I don't know. Could be kind of... Wait a minute. Weren't you a suspect in that case?
Well, it was me or a bunch of demons from hell. Go figure.
Well, that case was closed recently. Anything in Noby's we had as evidence is most likely in the trash by now. You're welcome to sift through the bins behind the station.
Ah, great. The one thing missing from my day.
Come on, I'll show you.
Just gonna make sure there's nothing following me. I think I saw a guy. Yep. Ah, thanks for the help, officer. Looks like one more. Oh, and he pussies out and runs around the corner. Thank you very much. Anyway, let's round this corner and head to the police station. Walk up to our police officer friend, and he's gonna trigger the next cutscene. Or not. Come on.
The yard behind the police station was crawling with deadites. Something told me walking in with guns blazing wasn't the smart option.
Okay. Everybody lie down on the ground and nobody's gonna get hurt. Oh! Oh, God! No! Stop! Ah! Ah! Ah!
It certainly didn't do a whole lot for my police escort. It kind of went against the grain, but I figure I better play this some other way.
Well, we can't go back there. There's a horde of deadites, and you can throw dynamite at them all day long. It's not going to do a damn thing. So instead, we're going to go around this corner here, and we can see the church right there. That's where Trisha and Eldridge are hiding out, and we're just going to go check up on them and see if we can get any information. There are a ton of deadites coming my way, and it may be time to use one of our spells to try to get rid of them all if we can get them in a big enough clump. Alright, here goes nothing. What'd I get? 4 of them? 5 of them? I guess that's not bad. That guy's still up in the air. Now, I want to go into the church and talk to Trisha and Eldridge, but before I do that, I know there's a couple of items scattered around the yard of the church, like a save game token and a health pack, and I'm going to grab those 2 items first. So I'm going to go around the left side of the church, and there should be a save game token right over here. Perfect. And then around the back, towards the back end of the fence, there's a health pack. Cool, now it's time to go inside the church. Inside there, we'll get a little more information from the pastor about what's going on out here. I'm going to ignore that guy, head in here, talk to him, and get our next cutscene.
Pardon my French, Padre, but what the hell is that out there?
That, my son, is a vortex. A portal from another dimension. These vile creatures are using it to enter our world. If we are to halt the spread of evil, someone must close all the vortexes which have opened up around the town.
Uh-huh. And the standard vortex closing procedure would be?
Only pure silver can close a vortex. The valiant soul must find something made from silver, then stand beside the vortex and use the item on it.
Well, I'm a valiant soul and all, but I'm fresh out of silver.
Have faith, my son. The Lord will provide. I hear a gang of bikers robbed a jewelry store last night. You might persuade them to give you some silver, if they're still alive.
Trust me, Padre. Living or dead, I can be real persuasive.
One other thing. For our safety, I'll lock the church doors after you go. Use this key to get back in. God be with you.
Amen to that, brother.
Sweet, well, now we have a key to the church, and we know what we have to do. Let's go around and find some bikers that are scattered around the town, grab their silver, and start closing these vortexes. If I could make it out of the church. What the hell? Sorry about the mess, Padre. I'll be back later. Oh, I thought she was a deadite. Sorry about that, ma'am. Right, so if you stand in front of these vortexes, you'll see that the hordes of the endless dead will just keep on coming, and there will be no end in sight. So, instead of that, let's run away and find some of these bikers that have silver for us. Just like that biker in the first level, if you save them, there's a cutscene where he thanks you and you get to talk to him for a little while. But if you don't save them, the only thing that really happens is they drop silver on the ground and you can kill the deadite and pick it up. So no big deal if you save them, no big deal if you don't. But we're going to try to save them if we can. Not that it gives you any extra points or anything, but just so that we know we got all the bikers in the right locations, because I know where all of these bikers are, and I'd rather know that I rescued one rather than look around the level trying to find the one that got away. So right around this corner is a donut shop, and that's where our first biker is going to be. See him standing there? The only thing we've got to do is kill all of these police officers over here, and he will thank us. What he does after that doesn't really much matter, but he won't talk to us until we have taken out all the deadites in the area, so let's do that first. No big deal.
Nice.
Just to make sure there's nobody else coming. Doesn't look like it. Here comes our first piece of silver.
Stick a fork in them. They're done.
Thanks, pal. I thought I was toast. How can I make it up to you?
Funny you should ask. I'm in the market for stolen silverware. Wouldn't happen to have any, would you?
I did find this last night. You can keep it. That's all I got. And my buddies have a load more. Around town somewhere. Yes, I did.
Well, I mentioned this donut shop a little bit earlier, and that's because it's important to remember, because right around this corner is a save game token. Around this one is a health pack. But around this corner, you'll see is a bunch of boards on a fence. Now, inside those boards is where you can get infinite shotgun ammo. But there's one thing I want to take care of first. So we'll be back there towards the end of the video, and I'll finally show you that trick I've been telling you about. But first, we need to grab a spell and close a couple of vortexes, so keep your shotgun hot, let's roll. Up around this corner is a park that we're going to need to come to a little later, and that vortex back there is going to be the first one that we close. There's no real reason to close that one first, it's just on the path that I happen to be on. It's arbitrary, you can close whichever vortex you want first, sans one, and I'll show you that one later. So through here there's another health pack, and let's close our first vortex. Simple as that, you just use the item of silver on the vortex just like you would a key on a lock, and the vortex is closed, no more deadites coming out of that guy. There's an alleyway over here where we're going to find another biker, only instead of dropping silver, he's going to give us something a little bit more valuable, and that's going to set up the next chain of events for the level. You can see him standing down there. I'm just getting my butt kicked by all these college boys here.
Ooh, boy, that was
Okay, straight down the alleyway. Look out for the asshole that jumps out of the wall, and see how you can't talk to him right now? That's because you have to save him first. So here we go. Shoot a couple of guys, and you'll see the exclamation point.
I'm afraid saving your ass comes at a price, buddy. I take all major credit cards or items of pure silver.
All I got on me is this here parchment. Figure being old, it could be worth something. I stashed my cut of the silver in the parking lot at the TV station. You're welcome to it. I'm getting the hell out of this town.
Right on. So remember at the beginning of the level, the one side of the TV station parking lot had the mana upgrade while the other side was empty? Well, now that side has our next piece of silver, so that's where we're heading. And it's just around the next couple of bends here, so try your best to contain yourself. This guy doesn't see us coming. Let's just take him out unsuspectingly.
Oh, yeah? I'm the disease and you're the cure.
Cool, so right in here to the left, you should see our next piece of silver behind this blue car. There it is. Nice. Now it's time to head to the police station. Yep, that's right, the police station. That piece of parchment that last biker gave us happens to be the key to getting behind there. As we know from before, there's a Deadite horde that killed our police escort, and whoop, let's see if we can get all these guys. Well, 3 out of 4 ain't bad, I guess. Anyway, that Deadite horde that killed our police escort is still back there, and that last spell that we just grabbed from that guy is the key to getting back there. And I want the items behind the police station before I go to the next section of the game. So it's just around this corner up here. Just going to take this guy out, and hopefully he's the last one standing in my way. Looks good. Okay, so let's just check our spell to see how we do this. Seems simple enough. Here we go. Now you can control this guy just like you control Ash, and we can even attack, but I don't really feel the need to right now. You will use that in the future, the attack, when you're possessing a Deadite. But you see that health meter at the top that keeps just dwindling? Once that gets down to 0, you become Ash again, in the same spot that the Deadite is in, and not where you cast the spell from. So I'm going to try my luck at running past all of these assholes, and hopefully I don't have as big of a horde following me when I turn back into my former self. I'll just take care of these guys and replenish some mana. And right around the next corner, at the end of the screen, remember that truck that was our landmark there. At the end of the screen, we're going to see a guy outside the auto body place, and he's going to give us a really nice present. There he is. Just walk right up and talk to him, and that will trigger our next cutscene.
Say, are you Robert Graham, care of Auto Parts Dearborn?
Who wants to know?
Me and Professor Raymond Noby. I got a letter from him addressed to you.
Noby? He's been dead 20 years.
Tell it to the Postal Service, buddy. Now come on, what's he put in there? Translation from the Necronomicon? Some ancient incantation to rid the world of evil, right?
Nah, he owed me for some work I did on his car back in '81. About time, too. Thanks for your trouble, stranger.
What? Is that it?
No. Here. Don't go empty-handed. Would this shotgun ammo be any good to you?
Yeah, I might be able to find a use for it.
So that shotgun ammo that he gave us happens to be the shrapnel shotgun ammo. You can see it there over to the right. It's the best shotgun ammo in the game, and we're not going to be bothered with using it until much, much later. And in fact, that was why we did things in the order that we did. This infinite shotgun ammo trick that I'm going to show you is coming up right now, and I wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity for that vortex that we're going to camp out in front of to drop the shrapnel shotgun ammo. Now, I believe in the PlayStation 2 version, that vortex will drop that ammo. I've never played the Xbox version, and I'm hoping it works much the same way. So, I'm going to head over that way right after I close this vortex and find 1 or 2 more bikers that have some silver items that are going to be along the way. I got so turned around trying to get that health pack that I'm missing horribly with my chainsaw. I should just run past all of these guys because every second I waste trying to kill them, more of them are spawning behind me via that vortex.
Hey, nice.
In fact, yeah, I'm just going to go close it right now. Silver pendant, that'll do the trick. Now, I haven't been down this path over here yet, and so there's going to be a bunch of deadites jumping out of the walls. We're just going to try to be prepared for it as much as possible. One's on this corner right here. Alright. And there's another one on the next corner. Now, up along the next street, I believe there's a biker in another alleyway, and then there's... oh, crap. Anyways, there's going to be another one next to a school bus, and we're going to get the silver items from them. Looks like this one might have already been killed. Yep. 2 items. Right on. So that vortex there is where we camp out and get infinite shotgun ammo, but before we do that, I'm going to grab this save game token over here, and then there's another one on the sidewalk next to this Winnebago, but there's a deadite that jumps out, and... of course, he grabs me. To add insult to injury, he bitch slapped me in the face. Great. Okay, let's run back that way and we'll grab that other one next to the school. Holy shit. Time to use that spell, perhaps.
Hey, nice.
Alright. Time to head over to that school bus. Jesus! Now, there's an alleyway next to the school bus that's going... Did I let the other biker die too? Yeah, apparently I did. That was the guy that was supposed to be next to the school bus. But anyway, next to the school bus on the opposite side of where the biker would have been, there's going to be a health pack at the end of the alleyway, so we still have to go over here. There it is. And just for shits and giggles, I guess we'll let the deadites jump out of the wall. Let's head over this way. And now, we're going to head over and get on the other side of this firing squad that's hanging out right here outside the college. Would have been nice if I'd have got you 3 assholes in there too. Not that I knew you were back there. Okay, time to head back to that donut shop. Right, so around this corner, I'm just going to run away from you for now. Another left. One more. And there it is.
Ooh, boy, that was right.
Excellent. After we get down to the end of this long hallway, we're going to chop some boards, run up to a vortex, and save our game. Now, I don't normally save the game because at the end of every little section you get an automatic save, and that's why I don't hold the save game tokens in such high regard. But this is one point in the game where I cannot stress enough, if you're going to do this trick, save the game right here. I'm just going to kill that guy. I'll grab his ammo first, and I'm going to save the game. I will show you how to do the infinite shotgun trick and why you need to save in the next section. Stay tuned. Oh, and if you liked what you saw, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.